Hi my fellow grade 12, this is Teacher Party. This is my YouTube channel. Please like, subscribe, and share the video. It's free of charge. Share it with other grade 12, share it with parents, share it with whomever that can find value in the video for today. So I want us to look at paper 2 for accounting, in the grade 12 paper 2 for accounting. Remember, accounting is split into two papers. There's paper 1 and paper 2, but they're written on the same day. So paper 2 in the IEB world, it's out of 100 marks, and paper 2 in the NSC, which is the paper that's written by the public school and the government schools, it's out of 150. Now, I must put this disclaimer: I'm not a representative of the IEB, I'm not a representative of the government education, so I'm just sharing this as an ordinary teacher, maybe extraordinary teacher, sharing this with you, grade 12, so that you can excel. By no means I'm representing the two bodies. I've not been surrendered those powers yet, so I must put that disclaimer so that you don't think I'm an official from the Department of Education. Official, I'd like to be, or I'd like to be the official there, but I'm not yet. Okay, so let's get down to business. Now, paper 2, it's doable. Now, I didn't say easy, I said it's doable. You just have to understand particular topics, especially the analysis and the interpretation of financial statements. If you are in the IEB world, that's the one that carries lots of marks. And then if you are in doing accounting in a government school or a public school or any private school that is doing the NSC, not the IEB, you're looking at your topics in manufacturing, your topics in reconciliations, your topics in fixed assets. So it is a doable paper. I did not say easy, it is a doable paper. So let us look at the percentages of what carried weight in the exam for paper 2. So if I look down, just now I'm looking at my laptop. Okay, so let's go to IB 2021. The biggest topic, it was company analysis. It was 44%. So you can imagine, if you don't do well in company analysis, the chances are becoming slimmer and slimmer and slimmer for you to succeed. The second biggest topic in the IEB for 2021, it was the, I must say, it was the no, it was not the manufacturing, it was the budgets. Yeah, sorry about that. It was the budget. So the budget weighed 30% of the paper. And then the last biggest chunk, it was on reconciliations. So if you're adding the budget and the company analysis, if you are excelling in those, you stand a better chance of doing well and getting a distinction in the paper and then collecting some marks in reconciliations. But the biggest chunk is lying with the company analysis is one question. But if you combine the reconciliations and the budgets, they give you above 50. Let me just do my calculations. I like them. So they weigh 56. So the budget for the budget for paper 2 2021 for the IEB and the reconciliations for IEB, they weighed 56%. So yeah, so it was the only 3 questions that were asked. Now, if we're looking at the NSC, okay, so the number 1 topic there, it was your cost accounting, your manufacturing. It weighed 30%, and then the reconciliations were number 2. They weighed 20%, and then your budget. In fact, your budgets were number 2. They weighed 23%, and then reconciliations were 20%. They weighed 20%. So you can see the biggest chunk also here, it lies between, if you add together the budgets and the reconciliation, they are 43%. Then manufacturing and accounting is 30%. So the others, which is inventories and fixed assets, combined, they are 27%, but individually they are less than 20%. So what you can learn in the NSC as a grade 12 child is that paper 2 is almost split almost, not equally, but it's almost split equally. So you have to know all the topics, because the marks are not lying in one big topic, even though manufacturing was 30%, but the ones that followed were 23%, 20%, and the other two topics combined, which is inventories and fixed assets, they were 27%. So you can see, if you are doing accounting and you're going to a public school and you're going to a government school, your topics for paper 2 will be spread evenly. In the IEB, it's just the 3 topics or the 4 topics they assess. Okay. For 2020 in the IEB, company analysis was still 40%, reconciliations, it was 34%, budgets, it was 26%. So it was only those 3 topics assessed. But for the government, cost accounting, which is your manufacturing, was sitting at 33%. Budgets were sitting at 27%, inventories were 23%, and then reconciliations and VAT, they were 8% and 9% respectively. So still, for the government and the public school, you need to cover your topics evenly, because the marks are spread evenly in the NSC rather than the IEB. The IEB is just questioning 2 or 3 topics in paper 2. In 2019, for IEB, it was the same. It was the company analysis that were 42%, and then budget, it was 30%, and then reconciliations were 28%. So for 2019 NSC, the paper that I could find, it was the one that joined all topics. It was the one that joined all topics, and it had budgets at 40 marks. It had reconciliations at 30 marks. This was the paper that was written out of 300 in 2019 in the government and the public schools, and inventory was 45. Manufacturing was 40. Still the same message, that the government and the public school, they spread the mark allocation almost evenly in the paper 2 topics. So I hope this has helped, so that you know how to which topics matter the most, which topics take the chunk of marks, so that you can fine-tune your skill very early on. It's doable, grade 12s. It's doable. You can get a distinguished accounting. And I'm not just promoting the distinction in a sense of number 1, number 2. I'm promoting excellence, so you can excel in the subject. I know when you go to tertiary to do your BComs and your other accounting degrees, the first year they're going to repeat what you did in matric, but it would give you nice legwork for you to excel now, so that you know your marks are good for bursary applications if you're not fortunate enough to go to varsity with a bursary or scholarships. So you need to be that golden key member, and if you're going to be continuing with accounting, just fine-tune your skills now, so that you stand a better chance of being recruited by influential networks at universities, and standing a better chance to get that bursary for the second year, or maybe the last part of the first year, because you get some BE bursaries that just want to push you through and pay your tuition. So accounting should be not one of those subjects that are reflecting a low mark for you. It should be where you're actually excelling and succeeding. So I'm wishing you all the best. We'll go through in this journey, and I hope you benefit from these videos. They're going to be coming in numbers. Thank you so much. Bye.